Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Archie's Briefings. I am your host, Archelle Branton. Today is a special episode with Tesamonie, the comedian. Let's bring her in.
Hello. Thank you, Archelle, for having me. Yeah.
I'm very excited about this. This is like the first episode where it's in person, like interview you guys, because she's funny as hell. I've been talking about her a lot. Y'all saw me and Asia. You guys know her too. You've been following her, watching her stuff. She and I have been talking about Tesamonie. Like we pull her up. She's funny as heck. So brought her on today. You got to forgive me. I'm a bit buzzed. Had some Uncle Nearest and a beer. So, it's going to get really
Uncle
sick.
Nearest!
You don't like Uncle Nearest though, do you?
I mean, I don't, but because I've just, learned about the history of Uncle Nearest, seeing how we come from a long line of singers and a long line of alcoholics. It's just, but fun-loving alcoholics though. I mean,
That's crazy because at the after party for the baby shower that we just went to, we just came back from the liquor store. That ridiculous tequila and
Milagros.
I don't do tequila. Had a bad experience. I just turned 20, and in Panama, you can drink before you're 21. Gotta love going out of the country when you're under age. Gotta love it. But had a very bad experience.
But
then they're like, yo, because it was one of the kids that had asked me. It's like, hey, Archelle, don't you want to buy me McDonald's? Sorry, I'm tapped out after buying beer and tequila. And she was like, y'all are just a bunch of alcoholics. I'm like, well.
But me myself, I like to pace myself. I mean, when I was in my 20s, I think that sat me down because I had my face at the part of the toilet bowl where men pee on. Like they go for the toilet, but the first part goes on the bottom, and it was just so cool. And I just said, "Oh God,
what do you call
Please help me! I would never drink again, Lord."
Yeah, when you're in your early 20s, you don't do that when you're 26. I was 20 years old. I was the Exorcist poolside, and then for our aunt's wedding, I woke up in the bathtub. The last thing I remember was kicking everybody's asses in tic-tac-toe. I woke up and I was in the bathtub.
In the bathtub?
In the bathtub. Asia was like, Archelle, where are you? She was going to other people's rooms like, have you seen Archelle? And I woke up. I was kind of surprised because my hair was wrapped and I don't remember doing that.
Oh, because a sister got to get that look. Listen here. We won't worry about nothing else, but that hair got to be wrapped, okay? That hair got to be wrapped. We got to put the bonnet on and everything. That got to go down.
Because aren't you? Because it's you and your youngest, right? Your 8-year-old. Y'all sharing the bonnet now, right?
No, we're not sharing a bonnet. She thinks we're sharing a bonnet. Like she's got to get her own bonnet. It's too big for her head. She looks just like one of the characters out of Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, the mushrooms you bounce off.
Yes, that's exactly what she looks like. But she thinks we share everything.
That's hilarious.
We're not sharing. Why do you think this is a share? She's like, but mommy, you're supposed to share. Yeah, okay, I'll share, but why I got to share my bonnet?
Sharing is caring. I'm with the 8-year-old.
That's my line.
But we know what to get it for Christmas now, though.
Yes,
she's gonna be so thrilled, especially if you got a unicorn on it.
You know what? I'm feeling a little bit distracted because I got to see myself to make sure my fat rolls aren't exposed and stuff.
Well, let's look at the camera.
Do you see Oh no, yeah, it looks pretty concealed.
It looks all right. You guys go ahead and get in the comment section to say if Tesamonie look all right.
I mean, just let me know. We see that fat roll test, but you still cute though, girl. Stop playing.
It's like the internet is gonna internet. People say some really terrible things, but keep it respectful because listen, this is family right here. Like literally,
that's okay.
Like,
you know what? I'm okay with that. Like I've been in customer service for like over 25 years.
You're so nice. No, they come with my sister. I'd ride in hell with a water pistol.
No, for you, so, I like those kind. Nice. I like those kind. Those kind are the kind that need hugs.
You a puma.
They're missing hugs. Their
She's
mother
like
didn't hug them.
You guys.
Exactly. And they all moving around here like Eeyore, so they need poo like nigga friends like myself to uplift them. Come on, you can do it, Eeyore.
You're hilarious. Before we go any further into the episode, you guys, I want you to take the time to head over to visit Matthew Torrance at scoresomemusic.com. He did my show open. I did not play that, but actually I'm going to play it right now because I think he kicked butt on this, and I'm just going to play it right now because it's awesome. So before we continue any further, let's run that show open for you guys because he kicked butt on it. He kicked butt.
There is something that has been on my heart that I did want to discuss. Discipline is a huge part of being productive, being lucrative. I am not for anything that goes against true productivity, true sovereignty of the individual. The choices that we make are what's going to be up for judgment.
Okay, so you guys, the score, the music, he kicked butt on that. I gave him the details, what style I liked, because he knows I like rock music, and he just did everything. I told him what I wanted. He gave it to me. Head over to scoresomemusic.com for Matthew Torrance. He kicks butt, and I guarantee he will do the same thing for you guys. Okay, you guys, so we are here with Tesamonie today. You guys can follow her on Instagram at Tesamonie. She's hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
Word indeed. Okay, so you are a comedian. How long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been doing comedy since I came out the hole, really. And so I've been told, but I think I can remember that part, coming out of the hole, saying like, we about to be fun. I like fun, and I like, I just like uplifting people, to be honest with you. I didn't even know I was supposed to be doing comedy. I didn't know that it was comedy. I just called it me.
That's hilarious.
Right. And if I had a nickel for everybody, it's like, you should be on somebody's stage. You missing your calling. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, no, you're funny. I'm like, I didn't even say anything. I don't know what it is. It's something about like even just the words you say, your facial expressions. And I'm like, what's the facial expressions? Like, I don't see myself. I'm standing on the street here, right here, talking to you.
I won't lie, because there'll be moments
like?
when you're disciplining your kids and you'll say something, you get a facial expression, and I'm like, I can't look, because if I laugh, then they're not going to take it seriously.
Right.
I got to walk out the room.
You got to keep it serious with these kids today. Okay, I did. I don't know. I think I know. I mean, there was a couple of times, but the last time which was the most recent, children, they have the moment where it's like, oh, well, Jacelyn did this and Sandra did this and, this one did that. It's like, never mind all of that. I don't care who it is. Amaya, I said, you got to be your own person. You're a leader. I don't care if anybody's telling you. I don't care who it is. It could be Amaya, Cunt Maya, Salada. I don't care who it is. And then when I said Cunt Maya, I just looked away because, she doesn't know what I'm talking about. She's still standing there looking like,
That was hilarious.
But you're like, okay, right. Because we got him after I said, I'm like, oh.
I had to look away.
I mean, maybe Cunt Maya is, in the book of names. Cunt Maya could be a name. Come on, Cunt Maya for your little girl. Come on,
there's some language.
Name.
So we apologize in advance for the language, you guys. It's gonna be language.
That's a name.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. As Boom Quisha could be a name, and I really met a lady named Boom Quisha. I thought I was gonna lose it. And then it was at the daycare when my daughter was smaller, and I went to go and get her, and then the owner of the daycare, she was calling a mother who was leaving out because I guess she left the baby's jacket, and she was like, "Boom Quisha, Boom Quisha," and I looked, I said, "Stop playing." Did you just fucking say Boom Quisha? Like for real? Like that's what's on the papers?
Yo.
Her name was Boom Quisha. So if there could be a Boom Quisha, there could be a Cunt Maya. I'm saying.
Serious face, you guys. So maybe.
You can't be messing with people.
Don't name your child that. You hate your child.
It's creativity. I was going to name my baby Supreta, because it means surprise in Mexico.
Well, at least it's Spanish. It's like a real name, Boom Quisha. That don't even sound.
Yes, it is. It's explosive Quisha.
We talking out the ghetto.
I mean, that is some ghetto shit, though. Yo, shout out to the Boom Quishas. We ain't even or the Cunt Mayas. We
you had a set. What was her name? Obesity. Yo, that was hilarious.
No,
they got some names out here.
Right, yeah. Name the baby
names.
But I didn't know because I didn't even know I was saying it right.
Isatu and So Fine. There was a girl in my class. The Isatu girl, that was crazy. Mom kept making fun of her name. It's like, who the hell names her child Isatu? No, and then that was mom.
No, that's crazy. But it's hard when you just see ABCD on there. It's like that's the name. Like, how do I pronounce this name on there? The birthday
like your
party
last name is Jenkins.
I'm like, what the hell you pronounce this name? No, mommy. I'm like, it just says ABCD. What the hell? She's like, no, mommy, it's obesity. I'm gonna hurt her mother. I'm gonna hurt her mama. She is wrong for naming that baby that. She got either she's in love with obesity, which means that she could be fat. Her mama might be fat, and that's okay because I'm fluffy too. I'm fluffy than a motherfucker. But we make it look good. Shout out to the fluffy girls. Love the skin you're in.
That's hilarious. You should be in the commercials.
Right.
Okay, so everything, like when you come into contact with anything funny, it just becomes a part of the set. Like what is your process to when you're writing a set?
Well, I'm not. I liken myself to Akilah and the Bee for real. Like everybody helped her with her spelling bee. The mailman, the store clerk, the thugs by the car shooting dice. Everybody in the whole community helped her. That was one of my favorite parts, and I kind of liken myself to that because you can't even make this shit up that I be dealing with, and it's like that happened because I'm supposed to talk about it. Whether it's in my personal life or it's just a part of something that I'm experiencing when I go outside of my home. Yeah. It all winds up being material. And especially when I could use it because I want to teach the people. I want to help the people. I want to heal the people. That's what Tesamonie is really all about. And I just found, that comedy can goes to a dark place and it brightens it up. And when you have healing, you got laughter is the best medicine. So I like to talk about relative things that are going to help lead people, like maybe just a snap. Yeah. And it's like, and it'll cause them to think on that and then move into digging into it more, like Hansel and Gretel, like the breadcrumbs, and then it leads them into being the better version or the greater version of themselves. Right. Not eating the kids, just really breadcrumbs. Like it's really these ain't really breadcrumbs. Yeah. We feeding the people, we planting good seed, and we're talking about relative situations that got to do with absolutely anything. That's how Tesamonie is doing it. Nothing can go unscathed. We talking about except for politics. We don't fuck with politics. I mean, we might poke the bear a little bit, say Trump is an orange nigga or something like that, because maybe if it's orange. Too bad, because he's orange, I mean, everybody's a nigga. I remember that set. That was a funny set. Excuse my language. Yeah, because, I don't get all caught up with that word. Now, it's all this thing that, and we do that. We're the humans. We're the one that make it what it is. We create. So if you say, oh, that's what nigga is, and that's like, oh my goodness, shock horror. But to the Zen master, none of that means nothing. Right. It is like, oh yeah, you get no response, you get no expression, you're not gonna pull no kind of emotion because it's meaningless for it. So it's really all about where you at in your head, which is another going back to what Tesamonie is working on doing here. Like I feel like it's about knowing thyself. That's awesome. Because I think what's, one of the things that I was noticing even earlier, I was watching baseball, and while it was on the commercial breaks, it was 4 ads back to back for just politics. There was one for Kamala, one for Trump, and then there was a few with the Congress and the senator, people who are running for office. And I'm like, where are the Doritos ads? Where are the beer ads? There's 4 political ads. They're going hard with this thing right now. I feel like there's way more ads for politics now. I think they're making it so dire. Oh no, if you don't vote for this person, all hell's going to break loose. And I think that if you're a person of faith, then you kind of have an inkling. I think we've all been saying it. But that's where I'm at. Like I don't even just focusing on where I don't even adhere to. Like I don't focus on none of that. Like there's a higher power. That's what I'm operating with. Everything that was said that's going to be done is literally happening right now, which makes me cling on to him that much more, because like, oh word, this stuff is going down. Did it? You know what I mean? No, did he? It's going down. Did it? Oh man, and I'm like, I won't lie, I am waiting for I think Jay-Z's next on that whole Diddy thing. I'm like, but he's smart. I feel like maybe he might make it to next summer. I've been saying nope, if he going out like Epstein,
is going down. I'm looking at Jay-Z. I'm like, you're next. You're next. I'm just waiting for jokes on this one, because I've been saying, if you saw Netflix, The Fall of the House of Usher, I've been going around saying,
I got the
Diddy's being
that
ushered.
Right there. Straight, when you think about that movie, that when you think about that joint, I'm like, I was looking at the scripture the other day because I do read the scripture, and I got issues too. We all got demons, right? I got issues, but so pray for me. Don't judge me. Pray for me. I'll pray for you. We pray for we, he, she, and they. Okay, all of us. We need prayer. And them too. Can't forget them.
That show is crazy.
You know what I mean? Yeah, no,
guys.
that like when I thought about it, it's like, that's so crazy. And it just makes you go back. It's like, when I think about the situation, what all this is right throughout, like it's money, you know, it's a false sense of power for real, and money had you doing some crazy stuff. Well, I can tell you right now, I definitely love money. I don't love money.
I like it enough to want a lot of it.
But to love money
is
the root of all evil. And people keep saying that money is the root of all evil, and that's wrong. It's the love of money, and the reason why it's the love of money because you willing to do anything. Like you just like, yo, I'm gonna take my grandma's bag, yo, grandma, run that wallet. You know what I mean? Wallet. That's horrible, like we know money, put money in its proper perspective and everything. It can't have it because it'll have a hold on you. And literally it's like, it says all of that,
right.
Like you do this, it will wind up taking your whole life and you feeling like you the man and everything. Bad boy for life, not for life. It looks like that's coming to a halt. I think so. It's horrible. And everything just spins around and you deceiving while being deceived. That's what we get. But I'ma still pray for Diddy. He need prayer.
I've been saying, because prior to seeing Netflix Fall the House of Usher, I was saying about mad people. You know me, I be into my politics. I be into it. I get into debates. You see me. And I'm like, I be going in. Like, these people need to be arrested. I want them in the deepest, put them in the damn Grand Canyon, far from the sun, shrivel up like raisins. I don't. But then I saw Netflix The Fall of the House of Usher, and it was like, damn, jail time would have been way easier because when y'all have to go up against judgment, that's a whole different story.
Yo, you rather I'm not even gonna lie. Like sometimes I feel like life be, when when you're little, your mom and dad, they have to give you a spanking because they love you. They want you to go in the right direction.
My mother scares me.
And then you become an adult, and then you get them life spankings. I like to call them. Like, and when life be spanking that ass, you know what I mean? You be wishing like, can I just maybe just get a spanking from my mom and
go to my room?
You know what I mean? Go to my room. It's like, no. You in the big leagues now, and it's so crazy because when we're little, we just can't wait to get big and. I want to be an adult. I want to go out, but it's like so much, that's why I tell kids like, yo, slow down. Don't grow up too fast. And we've all been told that.
That's true. I won't lie. When I turned 21 and I was working in the city, I was having a good time. But then, my mom scared me enough where I was never going to be a criminal. To this day, I've never been arrested. I can't say I've never really gotten a parking ticket because I don't drive. So I guess that's not really, you're not even in the game to say you got a ticket.
I never did that.
Right. So it's like, I was afraid of mom enough where, no, she scares me enough. I'm going to be a good person.
Yeah.
Then around 14, 15, you just decide to be a good person.
Right.
And then when you become an adult, you're still a good person, but then life's not fair. The world's not fair and it all sucks. And it's like, man, if I were just a horrible person, I'd be making millions.
But
then I also believe in God. So it's like, I think I'd rather have my soul right with the big guy than.
Right. And another thing that
punishment scares me more than mom does. She's scary, guys. She's scary.
When it was time for y'all to learn about, where babies come from or just sex and stuff, and it's like, I thought that what she did was ultimate. Now I believe that scared the shit out of y'all. I mean, I took it all the way. Me, I was me. High school done, and I'm still like a virgin. Like she's showing, look, let me show you something here, and showing pictures of. broccoli and cauliflower on vaginas and stuff.
That was crazy.
And it was disgusting.
Well,
and it's
I'm gonna
like,
tell you the story,
I don't want that. Well, that's what happened to you.
I try to be honest with my viewers. Okay, so when I want to say I was like 11, 12 years old, all the kids in my class were like watching the adult movie, like we're talking the nudity adult movies, guys. And then they got me caught up in it, started watching those, and I spent $300 on adult films. And I'm pretty sure it traumatized me after that. Like,
what the hell are they doing?
If that's what that is, I want nothing to do with it. And then
I don't want it.
My mother started like, no, because when you act like that, that's when you get all these diseases. And then she pulled up the lady's private part that you said looked like cauliflower.
Yeah,
and it was
Pikachu
gross.
Looked toe up. Okay. She showed y'all, must have Googled everyone that they had. That crap was like, oh my God, what is that on there? It's like, that wasn't velvet. It's like, what is that, velvet? No,
like, I won't lie. And that's why it scares me. Like, it's not so much men scare me, it's the intercourse. Because that's what I'm like, nope, because when you act like a thought, then you end up with cauliflower snatch.
Don't nobody want no cauliflower on they
and then you listen to people like Sexy Red with this disgusting lip gloss line of hers.
Oh my God, stop playing gonorrhea green. I am never buying that.
Because I'm just curious if somebody who buys it, right? They walk up to you and think, ooh, I love your lip gloss. What is it? Are you going to be the one that says I got gonorrhea green on my lips?
Like ew.
Are you?
No. When you run into a person and you see them and it's like, oh my goodness, is that gonorrhea green lip shade? It's like, no, it's really gonorrhea. No, shut. Let me stop. You might want to see Sexy Red. That's a different kind of shade. She might want to patent that.
That's so disgusting. I mean, I be calling people names. I call names, and once in a while I'll have a family member watch the episodes and they'll be like, oh no, because Archelle, you got to be nicer. You can't judge, because if you're judging them, then people can judge you. And I'm like, well,
judgment.
First of all, there's nothing that my viewers don't know. They already know was unemployed. They knew that. But now I get to work with my brother, work as a producer, working with people like yourself, very talented. It's like, I was very honest with my viewers, because, they're mad young people out here who are just, some of them live with their parents. They trying to find jobs, but can't find jobs. Money is hard out here.
It's rough out there.
It's hard.
All I bought was some cornbread and popcorn, and I think I got a loaf of bread, and this shit came up to $97.26. That's crazy.
Like, yo,
that's crazy.
We have to start growing our own stuff. We going deer hunting. That's what that means. Nah, that's a joke. I'm not serious. She wouldn't do it.
I can't eat Bambi. And I saw Powder's before your time and everything, but like, yo, that really touched me, son. Like, yo, how Powder, like, yo, why y'all killing the deers? You know what I'm saying?
No,
don't kill the deers. And he went and made that man. I don't know if Powder's before your time. I know it is.
I seen that movie.
Okay, you did, right? But do you remember that part where Powder grabbed that guy and he's like, get off me, you freak, get off me. And Powder he was so strong, you could see his blood veins like just popping through his thing, but he was holding on to them. And he had connected him to the deer so that he could feel exactly what the deer was feeling. What the deer was feeling. And see, I like that kind of stuff, because then I think it makes people not like, if he could feel that I bet you that dude is never going deer hunting again. He's over deer hunting. You done felt what it feels like when you
but now try that with a pig. I'm not sure people are gonna be ready to give up bacon. They'll say that about a deer, but they won't say it about
I mean, Porky, he could get it. He's not off the table. I'm sorry, Porky. I'm sorry, Wilbur.
I'm like, nah.
I'm gonna have some bacon.
Pig.
When I went down south.
I like pig. I like cow. I'm eating. Y'all playing games. I'm eating. If it came down to, like, when that strike was going down before they made the deal, saying that they were gonna get their raise they wanted, we were all worried. I was checking for my coffee. It's like this strike that was going on, and the Walmarts were suffering, the supermarkets were suffering.
Oh my God.
I'm like, we gonna have to go deer hunting and fishing.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to
civilized people. We go to the supermarket.
Yeah.
We're civilized.
I mean, I wouldn't mind learning how to, I don't want to fuck with no chickens. I mean, I want to eat the chicken, after they fried. But like, I don't think I could like literally like
Break
I can't
the neck,
take a
take the
chicken.
feathers.
Like I can't do that.
Mom got chased by a headless. Was it a turkey or a chicken? And she got chased by a headless chicken.
Well, yeah, no, I heard that story. I don't know why I can't just see that happening right then. And like, it's so crazy because back, I lived in Brooklyn. And my son was very little, and we were like smack dab in the middle of the Hasidic Jew town. Like literally, I love everybody. It doesn't matter. I even have a friend, and she's Jewish. Her name is Yael, and it means mountain goat. We were having a whole conversation about why our moms named us what they named us. I'm like, my mom named me Venetia. She just took the N off of Venetian blinds. And she said, well, my mom named me Yael, and it means mountain goat. I'm like, damn. All right, I think that my mom. I think I'm going to go on and fuck with Venetia. But like, I don't know. I just can't see chickens getting done like that. And we were walking down the road, and it was there was something going on. They were always doing loads of different things. We learned so much and everything. The Jewish bakery, I got to learn different pastries, and oh my goodness,
nice.
I love the pastries and everything. But there was a moment where they were doing, I guess something with chickens.
That's one of their holidays,
right? It was, I think it's called Kapuros, and they had the signs up all over. On the trees, like, because it's tree line blocks, Brooklyn, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, what are they doing in there? My son is really like, Mommy, what are they doing? I'm like, well, I don't know, son. Let's see what they're doing. I don't know. I know it had something to do with some chickens. It had to do with some chickens, and they wasn't eating them or frying them.
Man. Well, hey, maybe they gave some free chicken to the people out there.
I told my son, well, you know what they have to do? They, pray all their food. They got to eat, special food. It's got to be kosher. And all he wanted to know after that was, well, is there ice cream kosher? Is the ice cream kosher too? Like, there was an ice cream truck that went by, and he said, is that kosher too? Do they pray over the ice cream? I'm like, yep, son, I'm sure they pray over the ice cream too.
Word, pray over everything.
Pray over everything. So we definitely in agreement with that. I rock with them. That's right. Pray over everything.
I love it. Okay, so you got a couple of things getting ready to come up. You working on some things, working on your comedy. Well, tell the people what you're up to. Yes.
Oh man, I mean, 2024 has been an amazing year. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a really great year. And I started it off. I started off on the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. I
saw that episode.
That was crazy. What Pat Sajak did to me.
We're tired, you guys. She was on Wheel of Fortune, you guys.
I'm so good at Wheel of Fortune. I love Wheel of Fortune. Yes, and it's like right when it's the whole time where he's retiring. So that was like his last. He's retired now because that happened in April. But I was in the last week of his retirement. So it was the last day, actually. He had, he did like maybe 10, because it was like 5 days. I saw Vanna change like 5 times. Like 5 times Vanna changed. That's and, awesome. It was really quite the experience. And I tell you, it was so surreal though, because it's like, I remember I'm like, oh my God, it's the Wheel of Fortune. I used to watch this all the time as a little girl, like, wow. And to finally actually get on there, that was like bananas. But everybody, it's like, oh my goodness, your personality, energy, they just love it. Like people kind of just migrate and matriculate towards me. They just drawn, right? And that's okay, because all praise due to my Heavenly Father. I got that. It's not as much energy. I don't drink coffee, bro. Like I got like so much energy. I'll just be over here just for no reason at all. Like, if I'm drinking coffee, this is like, I am like 20 pounds of coffee beans, straight raw, just for no reason, And when what was I saying?
You're talking about Wheel of Fortune.
Listen, like I said, don't judge me, y'all. I don't judge y'all. I don't judge nobody. We just trying to all make this living and get this, run this good race here. But so the Wheel of Fortune, it was dope. And he wind up having me host a little something that just because of my answers, I guess. Because it's like, oh, okay, you told me NPA and where you from? You got I'm telling about my 3 beautiful children. And all I know, I said that I got an 8-year-old. I blame Cancun, and the whole Sony studios just exploded. Yeah. And then
That's
look, I'm almost 50 at that time, and 8-year-old, and I feel like Danny Glover, and I don't know, they just love that. And Lethal Weapons, that was it. And he's like, come
I saw
here.
that Vanna White was dying.
I'm
Like, she had to cover her.
No, but when Pat said "come here" the first time, I was like, I heard what he said, but I'm like, what? So I'm like, okay, I don't know, maybe I'm hearing things, because like that doesn't happen in the Wheel of Fortune. And he said, no, come here. After he said, you're gonna be trouble, aren't you? You know. And then he tells me to come, and I'm like walking down. Awesome. As I'm walking, I'm like, what the hell is happening? I've been watching Wheel of Fortune since I was a little girl, and never in the history of Wheel of Fortuneism has I ever
seen doing this since what, the
80s,
yo. Never has he done it.
Never.
Ever.
And the audience was, because it was his retirement, they had the whole audience filled with like all the winners from all the decades, from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, like all the way up to the present. So that was really, really cool. But when he called me up there and then he hands me his Pat Chat cards, I didn't even know. Now, as much as I watched Wheel of Fortune, I never knew that there was a name for the cards that's in his hand. Like, and it's called Pat Chat because it makes sense. That's when he's chatting with the, you know, with the people who are playing, with the players. But when he had me introduce, you know, Paul Dobson, shout out, Paul. You want me? Yo, shout out. You know,
we are going to tag Wheel of Fortune in this so that way they can see that Tessa's doing some big stuff.
Yeah, and that was crazy. Like just the experience, and they're like, oh my goodness, because I didn't. Lo and behold, I didn't really do that well on. Like,
so did you win anything? Did you win?
I won a little. I won a little something. You know what I mean? Like,
but not
I
like
won a little something, but like in my head, I saw the confetti coming down on me and stuff. I saw the vision. See, I saw me standing next to Pat, and I saw the confetti. And what's so crazy is I actually did stand next to Pat.
Yep.
There just wasn't no confetti. You know what I mean? I didn't see in the vision that I was going to be, you know, doing the interview of the person I'm competing against. Right. That was kind of wild. So it was like I had the vision, but it was just a little bit different. But still, you know,
that's
I still
amazing.
felt like I won. Anyways, it was great. It was so crazy because for my daughter's birthday, I'm out there at the bowling alley, and a man just rides by and he's like, Wheel of Fortune, and pulls off. I'm like, oh shit, that was kind of like, wait.
Someone recognized you.
Yo, he recognized me. I don't even know how, because you know I was kind of dolled up with the Wheel of Fortune and stuff. Shout out to the hair team and the makeup team and stuff. I was lit, but at the bowling alley, I was looking like a biker. So I had my hat on and everything, but he recognized me. I'm like, oh, maybe it's a good thing I didn't win a whole bunch of money. He might be trying to
hold you up,
get me for ransom or something. I don't even know that. Just that quick, it got scary. You know, I was like, oh my goodness, like, you know, celebrities, you didn't think about that part. Like they, you know, you can't be walking around like by yourself. Do you know who you are? You know?
But you're one of the nice ones. You're like, you know, we not about to like, you know, ghost face you. You got to do it for the fandom. No, it's not about to be that. We love you. You got a good vibe, good energy. Love the Lord.
Thank you. It's
like we like that.
I usually kind of leave a good impression with people because I really do. I love people. You know, talk to everybody. It's like Jesus. He spoke to everybody. He spoke to gangbangers. He spoke to whores.
He
spoke to bankers, fishers. Nobody was left unspoken to, you know, and that's just about love. So no judgment.
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of people will go to YouTube and they'll watch certain individuals. Like my viewers, they know me. There are just some people I'm not going to talk to. But when they know that they can follow or listen to somebody who actually is willing to speak to people that I would never, like I would call a thought a thought. Right. You wouldn't call a thought a thought. You would speak to her. Like, I just want to.
No, I'd still call her a thought.
You would.
I would speak to the thought and say, girl, you better than this thoughtism. You don't gotta be a thought, you know. Jesus spoke to the lady at the well, like, you know, he dealt with all kinds of people. And you know,
we working on that.
Personally, I feel like people don't really know who they are, you know, and when they know who they are, then you realize like a lot of times, I don't know, it's like we're playing different parts, like as if we're in a movie and you gotta at Denzel, 1 minute he'll be this in Training Day and the next minute he's in, it's like
American Gangster,
right? He's Frank White, so Frank Lucas, all of these things are like what we deal with in our real life. Like when you're angry, like you could do some things out of anger, and now it's it's like, oh my God, what the fuck have I done? You know what I mean? But it's too late. You know what I mean? So
right.
But what is that?
Straight now you realize,
at the end, oh my goodness, Hobbit. What have I done? Because when you're in that state, you're not the same you that did what that. You did to say, what have I done? You know what I mean?
Right. And then you feel in a kind of it's hilarious. Well, before I wrap this up, I do want to know, are you doing anything coming up soon? Where can they find you, and what else you have coming up, just so they know what's going on?
Yeah, well, I got a lot of projects, a couple of projects in the fire. I have been cast in a movie called Family Court the Movie.
That's gonna be fun.
The director is Stephen Drayton.
Nice.
That's Flavor Flav's brother. Super dope dude out in Atlanta. And I have a podcast with a really good friend of mine. She's funny as hell, Tuppence, and it's called Two Voices, One Punchline. Two Voices, One Punchline. You know what I mean? So y'all definitely gonna want to subscribe to that. It's gonna be really, really great. It's a lot of it's based off of my comedy, my style of comedy. That's what we're bringing. Like I've been told that I'm like, if Dave Chappelle and Joan Rivers and some more and Robin Williams had a baby, it would be me. So I'm like, I think that, when I got started, all I heard before I started doing comedy, all I heard was, you are not to be caged. You are not to be caged. And it literally played over like that. 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. If one of the bottles should happen to fall, 98 bottles of beer on the wall. And it played like that. You are not to be caged. You are not to be caged. And I was like, oh my goodness, is it? Because my marriage is kind of funky. I'm like, you telling me to get out, Lord? You telling me I should get out this cage? Which that wound up happening too. But bottom line is, I wind up being I'm in all three circuits. So I do clean comedy. I do gospel comedy. It's actually a thing. And I do anything goes comedy. So it's kind of hard to put me in a box. I'm like, I am musical chairs, So that's going to be a little different, because I feel like the world kind of likes to put everything in a box and categorize it. But, how do you do it? You know what? I am that emoji in the Emoji Movie. Okay, right? Because it's like, what do you mean? Like, what? Oh, you didn't see it?
I did see it, but I'm like, which emoji?
Right, exactly. The one that was all the emojis. And that was what the whole movie was about. Like, they's ready to ban him and chop this dude up. And like, yo, he needs to be deprogrammed. He's a virus. Like, because everybody has their emoji. You got the the finger emoji. You got the smiling emoji. You got the crying emoji.
Right.
You got the ecstatic emoji. You know what I mean? And whatever that is, like, that's what you're supposed to do. But the whole thing with this emoji is, he had several. He was like all of them. Like, he could be,
I love that.
Sad. He could be sad. He could be happy. He could be, all of them. And it was like, you have to just be this one emoji. And when they noticed that he was
1 million flame emoji. Sorry, I just had to say it.
He was all of them. And I liken myself to that emoji. Like, you can't put it in a box. But anyways, my favorite part of the whole thing is that they found, with like, it's not about judging him or trying to beat him down. This is who he is. This is what was created. This is how he's meant to be. It's not even his fault, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not his fault that he's like that. And just, it's always, I think that every one of us, all of us in some way, shape, fashion, or form, are a gift from God to the world, to each other, to the community. And
that's going to
we
be an
can help each
amazing
other.
thing, because I am really excited about Two Voices, One Punchline. You
Yeah.
guys head over there to that YouTube channel. There is a short, so you can see the other host up there.
Yeah, shout out Tuppence.
We're going to tag her in this. I don't know if she got a YouTube channel. We got to work on that.
Yeah, you definitely.
I'm definitely going to tag that channel into this episode, so you guys can go ahead and follow that YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel, because when they get going, I mean, these ladies are funny as heck. Tuppence, Tessa, you guys are hysterical.
Yeah, it's gonna. We're definitely looking forward to this. We see the vision is like, woo, all the way out there.
God's
like,
got some
to the
big
moon,
things
Alice,
for you, ladies.
You know,
big things for you guys.
We're going to. Well, Tuppence is definitely straight, raw, blunt. You know, she's single mom, just like myself. You have kids, and just, you know, making this world. We want to get the kids grown, safe up. You know, plant good seeds in them, and still be able to be ourselves and everything. But the most part is we got a message. We want to be able to help people. By making
them laugh,
by making them laugh,
sharing
and
in the grief of the world.
Like, yo, I'm feeling like I'm 2.0 Arsenio Hall in the part that's like things that make you go, because this is like, now's the day to think of. Sit your ass down. Think. Some people don't want to think. I remember Lionel back in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, true, me don't like to think. What? Why you don't like to think? Well, what the hell you be doing all like, you know, you get on the train, you automatically thinking. You go to sit down and take your morning doodle, thoughts just start running through your head. You know what I mean? How do you
not
do that? Like,
that's why we got the First Amendment rights, folks. It's not just so you can call people a-holes all day. It's the right to think. So why not do it?
Right. I mean, you don't have no choice. Even if you don't want to, it's going down. You know, it's going down.
Why is the sky blue? How many stars are up in the sky? And then eventually you'll make your way into actual real life problems.
I like Jim Rohn saying, why don't sign up for that class? Rest in peace. That's dude,
hilarious.
Jim
okay,
Rohn.
you guys. Well, you know, this was a special episode with my guest here, Tesamonie. She's amazing. You guys are gonna love her. She's funny as hell.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a lot of fun. This was really dope, and it's getting me into the whole groove of, you know, two voices, one punchline. Oh wait, I said that. You know, I really do know how to count with the fingers and stuff. It'll be better when I get on. I promise.
It's gonna be great, and it's gonna be shot right here, you guys, here at the Kingdom Cigar Lounge. If you guys are interested in getting cigars, if you're not in the state of Pennsylvania, head over to kingdomcigarlounge.com, where you can have your cigars ordered to you. And if you are in the Pennsylvania area, come on down. You will get to meet yours truly, Archie Financial, and you might even have the opportunity of meeting Tesamonie and Tuppence, her future co-host.
Popping in TNT, popping in TNT, popping in.
We are getting some things together. This is the first time we've actually tried the new equipment. We are in the studio. We've got the new microphones. I am going to work on this lighting up here because, you know, you guys can't read Kingdom Cigar Lounge, but that is what this pink up here means. Well, let me use it.
Hot pink.
Like, that's what that says. Kingdom Cigar Lounge. I know. I gotta see it. You gotta go backwards.
Kingdom Cigar Lounge.
Well, you can go forward. I'm on the other side.
Right, because I'm cheating with my peripherals. Really, with my peripherals, I'm cheating. I can read it on the side. Yeah.
Word indeed. This was amazing. If you guys want to support the show, you can go ahead and you can #tag me at #OurShellBranch. Looking forward to your support just by subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell so that way you never miss an episode. That's also great support as well. And you can also #at me at #OurShellBranch because we love the support here. We've been following the advice of some of our viewers, going ahead, finding a new background, which we now have, better audio quality. And now we've got a special guest with Tesamonie, the comedian. I told you guys she was funny as all heck.
Stop playing. I'm sorry.
She is funny as all heck. So exactly, we know that you guys can follow her on Instagram.
Yes.
At Tesamonie. You do have her little name there. Where else can they follow you? Where else can they follow
you?
Everything
Facebook,
Tesamonie.
IG, Tesamonie.
Out the horse's mouth. Well, maybe not the horse's mouth. We won't say that.
YouTube, Tesamonie. If the horse's mouth could talk, it would say Tesamonie. You know, TESAMONIE, like Moni in the middle with shit in the middle kind of, you know, thing. So, you know,
that was nice. That's why you're a poet. You didn't know it.
Oh, look at us, bars. Tesamonie. Wordplay of a testimony because I got a story to tell. But don't we all? Like, we all got a story to tell. We all got something to talk about.
And that's why YouTube exists. And that's exactly why you should subscribe to Two Voices, One Punchline. Subscribe
Two
to
Voices,
this
One
YouTube channel.
Punchline.
Word indeed. Subscribe to this YouTube channel here at Archie Financial. And don't forget, you can follow
Archie Financial. Like, that voice works for everything. Right?
It does. She's going to keep doing that, you guys. So I'm going to end it now.
Ending it now.
Thank you all for watching. God bless. Have a good night. And Kepler.
Subscribe. Donate.